Hello there, this is RJB for Rjbtv, and today we're looking at the players JH and Luckyback playing a match all the way back in 2018, a long time ago. Over 3 years ago already. Time really and surely does fly. But this being from the past doesn't mean the games are bad. In fact, the games are pretty damn good because these players were already pretty damn good back in 2018. And to raise the funds here, the brown Terran is Luckyback and JH here on the teal. Yeah, definitely teal. I'm not colorblind. I promise I'm not colorblind. This is definitely the teal. And he's on the Protoss here on the top left of the map. Now, JH is not precisely known for his Protoss skills. He's mostly known for his Terran in the Korean community, but his Protoss is still pretty damn strong, whereas Luckyback is kind of an all-round player. He's great on every single race. He's creative, he's fast, got great micro and great insight. Although he categorizes himself as a 2v2/3v3 player, he's not a 1v1 expert, but honestly, I completely disagree. This guy is amazing in 1v1. And he's starting off with a mech build order there, barracks, well not barracks first, supply depot, gas first, and then a barracks after he finishes the supply depot. This is going to be interesting because honestly, he has picked a pretty good game to go for a mech build order, because if he is playing against, for example, a middle spawn Protoss, then he'd be facing two gateways into a Nexus. But because JH is a corner spawn Protoss, he goes for Nexus, two gateways into a gas. The gas is very early. Usually we don't see the gas that early. Usually the gas comes out a little bit later. Also, usually we don't see two gateways after a Nexus. Usually we see one gateway after the forge. So he's mixing things up a little bit, planning to go for slightly different things, trying to go for something a little bit more tricky than the standard orthodox build orders that they usually apply and use. So gas are gonna get mine, only a single gas, not two, but one, which might indicate he might go for something like Dragoons, or I don't know, honestly. There's a lot of options, and one of those options is not the one I'm thinking of. Most likely something else than what I'm thinking of. So I'm just gonna leave that open for now and not try to predict too much. Both players finally find each other. They find each other, but they haven't found each other's bases yet. Although, yeah, JH there goes into the base, but is walled off by the Marines. And the fact that the Marines are there in the front, although it's only 3 of them, does indicate that he doesn't really know what Luckyback is doing yet. So Vulture out. The Vulture's going to give away the fact that he went for a mech build order, without a doubt. I mean, there's no way he would have Factory out this early if he wasn't going for a mech build order. The Marine micro there is very good, but the Zealot micro also pretty damn good. But the Zealot there is still being chased around. Gonna get one more Marine kill, hopefully node. Oh, the micro from Luckyback. That was a really good micro. Only loses a single unit against 2 Zealots. Great stuff there. Maximum defense. Like, he defended it as well as he could have. So 1 cannon there in the front. Couple Zealots there as well to help keep units away from entering the base, although the Vultures might still be able to just sneak through, and that's not what he's going to do. He's going to go for some Zealot harass there on those Zealots, going to try to kill them. Great control there, standing right outside the edges of the base. JH there goes for Dragoon range and more gateways. His build order just so happens to actually have a great transition against mech. He didn't plan on it, but he had the option to switch over, and he's got the game sense. He goes for a switch into gateway mass and hopefully make it work. But honestly, it won't work because we have mines there in the front that are going to keep JH contained into his base. And I believe Luckyback is switching over into an economy build order. He doesn't want to take any risks. He knows he's quite exposed, although he never got into the base, so he doesn't quite know what JH is up to. But JH is preparing himself for a defense. He's preparing himself for a push defense. The push is never going to happen because Luckyback is fortifying himself. He's playing on the defense. He's getting turrets on the sides a little bit early. It's only 5 minutes in, but he's getting turrets everywhere in his base. Might be preparing himself for Dark Templars coming through the front door, which might sneak into the back side of the base there, but That's why he's got a turret there so early, but I do think this might be a little bit too early because the Dark Templar wouldn't be able to sneak in through the front door because he's got mines there, and the mines would trigger the Dark Templar. So if Dark Templar is not on the menu, well, is he going for them? No. So yeah, JH prepared himself for tank drops, a frontal push, but neither of those two options are happening. So both players are kind of guessing wrong with the limited information that they have. Both players kind of guessing wrong. Luckyback was expecting aggression, but there's no aggression. So instead he's turtling, but there's no aggression yet. But turtling never hurts the Terran. The Terran can always turtle, it doesn't hurt them, because the Terran, basically they have a time window to attack early, or they have a time window to attack after the 12-minute mark. Whereas Protoss is much more versatile. They are pretty much forced to attack though, but they have a lot of options to attack with. Shuttles, carriers, frontal attack, shuttle drops, whatever you name, there's so many different approaches that approach can go for. So the Robo is finished, Storm is on the way there with the Templar's Archive, adding on more Robos as well, and a support bay too to get shuttle speed of course. Getting a couple cannons there in the back to protect his probes from tank drops. Slowly adding onto his gateway mass, 50 probes there, mining resources. And yeah, as I mentioned before, Luckyback really is going hard on the defense. We're seeing a lot of turrets there on the sides, and even not on the sides, like slightly moved inwards into the base itself, like they're pretty much everywhere. He was really expecting very fast shuttle drops, but the fact that he showed his card of mech pretty early on, and the fact that he got scouted and his Vulture and his factories were revealed, made JH go for delayed drops. So yeah, as I said before, both players misreading what their opponents are doing, but neither player is honestly harmed by it. Neither player is harmed by the fact that they misread the situation, because they both misread the situation. They are both just, scooting along into the next stage of the game, untouched, unhurt, unfazed, unobstructed. But the shuttle there is moving across the map, up to something, and you've got a lot of units there prepared to be picked up by shuttles. It looks like JH is adapting to the situation by going for a lot of shuttles. No Reavers at all, just a lot of shuttles, and they're gonna be filled up with gateway units. Also filling out his base with more gateways on the side there, and getting some stargates as well to get Corsairs to escort his shuttles into the enemy base. Now it does so happen to be that Luckyback went for a very quick map control move, not really using his structures to float. I mean, he's floating them on the sides there, but he's also mainly using turrets on the side to hopefully pick off a shuttle or damage a shuttle, or at least force JH to unload the shuttle, start killing those structures on the side. Loses the shuttle, doesn't lose the units, but losing the units is, that's the least he can do. Losing the shuttle itself is pretty big, because that gives Luckyback a lot of freedom and security. He knows that he's safe for a little while longer. Now the one thing I'm a little bit iffy about here though is Luckyback doesn't really have a lot of turrets. I mean, Goliaths. There's a lot of turrets everywhere, which are going to be great against shuttles, but Goliaths might have been a little bit better because they are mobile and can be moved all around his base. And I really like this setup there with the turrets. He's building so many turrets. I've never really seen anyone build this many turrets all over the base this early on into a game. Most of the time, these Koreans rely on their units as drop defense. Luckyback is playing it as safe as can be. These are running away, all of them, group by group, running to safety. Zealots are getting on top of the tanks. Some SVs do get stormed and some do go down, but it's only about 4 or 5. He doesn't really care about that too much. Some tanks did go down with tank shots and the Zealots there. So he did receive some damage, but the damage is negligible. He doesn't really care about it. Another drop there coming out from the bottom side. Turrets are distracted by the Corsairs. Gonna run those SVs to safety just in time. One more group here on the minerals. He's splitting up the SVs. He's dodging the storms and he's losing. He's still losing about 5 or 6. Oh no, he loses about 15 there. That's a pretty hard hit. He thought the storms were already over with. But H had another storm left in the tank. Honestly, I've never really seen a Terran play like this. It is interesting, it's different. But is it going to be enough? That's the big question. JH already getting map control there on the sides as well, getting a proxy Stargate base there on the top middle of the map, getting cannons on the middle of the map to delay Luckyback's move out from his base across the map whenever he does want to start a push. His supply is about half of GH's, which is something we might have to start worrying about. We do note that most of his minerals went into the turrets, not into units. So he should be safe. Unless this drop hits hard. Templars are loading, Templars are ready to storm. The last of the SCVs are running away to safety. Thus, once again, lose about 6 or 7 of his SCVs. Something he would rather, of course, prevent from happening, but the fact he's got so few units on the low ground here, like I see 5 Vultures, 3 tanks, 1 Goliath, it is a very small amount of units to defend with. A very, very small amount. So JH has a real opportunity here. If he decides to go for a really big drop, he has the opportunity to really hit hard here back at home, there at the SCVs, at the command center. He can hit really, really hard. But Luckyback is going very well with his upgrades. He's got 1-1 on the tanks, and he has... JH has 101, so also doing very great in the upgrade department. Going to be hitting level 2 attack and 2-1 shields very soon. Also getting his air upgrade, so might switch over into carriers once he's done with the drops. Goes in from the left side first. Shield drop comes in. Corsair is pouring the shields in. SVs are running away to safety. Templars are alone. Templars are going to storm. Templars are storming on the wrong group of STV, so he only kills about 2, maybe 1 even. And now Luckyback is adding on more command centers, so he's going to go bigger and bigger. Now drop coming in from the right side, but there's way too many turrets, so the turrets eventually do pay off their dividends and do get him some results. Though now he's losing turrets on the side there, and he's going to have to respond to that with his Vultures really, really quick, or else he's going to lose some of those turrets that he's so dearly built and so dearly relied on to protect him from shuttle drops, although it's only honestly worked just once. More cannons on the middle to buy himself more time, getting his Stargate proxy base up and running there as well. Slowly getting more of them Stargates. He's got the fleet beacon there finished up. His main base is pretty much filled out. He's got 7 Robos. That's a lot of Robos. That's a lot of shells he can be making. He can even go for a switch over into a Reaver mass drop if he decides or just desires to do so. But I don't smell mass Reaver drop in the air just yet. It's mostly going to be shuttle drops with Templars and Zealots. He's coming in for the bottom side once again. This time around, he's got 2 Corsairs to make sure the shuttles make their way in, and the shuttles do make their way in, but the SVs are already running away to safety. So maybe just going to kill some tanks there on the low ground. Not always unseating the tanks to make sure they don't take splash damage from their own. But now a drop comes in from the other side, and this time around, he's got 4 Corsairs. SVs are running away to safety, running to the far side of the base. Now going to go to the other far side of the base. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Storms are everywhere. Storms are everywhere. And he does kill about 20 or so SCVs, maybe 25. Not sure what the exact number is, but storms everywhere. There was pretty much nowhere left to run. SCVs were, well, yeah, their fate was set in stone. And now we've got a mass attack there coming out from JH. Not the biggest mass attack because he's got 81 probes and a lot of Corsairs and shuttles also on the map. But he's going to go for a frontal attack and try to break through this small little front door. He's got a pretty good wall going there. He's going to have to kill the Marines or kill the depots to get in. The tank is shooting on the units pretty effectively. Their 2-2 upgrades are finishing within a matter of seconds. 1-1-2, they're on the gateway units from JH. He breaks through the front door, and this front door is not going to get salvaged. He's going to lose it. Units are coming from the back to the front, and oh wait, I might be wrong. The tanks are in the far back there. The tanks very far away from the choke there on the bottom side are keeping the front alive. So the Dragoons first have to break through those depots and turrets, very slowly marching forward. The mines are triggering, the mines are clearing up the last couple of units, but now the shuttle drop comes in from the front door, open up a path, and going straight for the SCVs, and these are running to the side. He's gonna get the storms off. Oh, the SCVs are in a very bad position there. He's not going to be in range to storm the SCVs, but an Archon is morphing there, but Archon is getting attacked by Vultures, and Vultures deal extra damage against shields, which Archons mostly consist of. They are like 90% shields, 10% health, maybe even less percent health than 10. Maybe it's like 95 to 5%. Once again, preparing a shuttle drop there in the front. Shuttles are on. Oh, that's a lot of shuttles. He pretty much but all his units inside those shuttles. This is gonna be brutal. Archons do really great damage against... Wait, some of them are not filled up. He didn't fill up all of them. Goliaths are target firing the shuttles, takes out 2 of them. But the shuttles do arrive on the scene. Temples are loading. Go. Archons are loading as well. He gets a pretty good shot up on a lot of units. Gonna go for the command center instead. What's the HP on the command center? Is gonna be erased? No, it's not gonna be erased. He's gonna repair it easily. He also unsieges his tanks to make sure there's no splash damage. With the 2 tanks on the top side still sieged up, but he keeps the command center alive, but he's still on low SCVs. The Luckyback really is taking the beating, while JH is building everywhere on the map. Stargate proxy base, cannons, more cannons, gateway proxy base. He is getting big and bigger, richer and richer, slowly progressing and keeping Luckyback very small with his 115 supply. But Luckyback does have more Goliaths now, and Goliaths are going to help him defend against the drops. And there's so many turrets, just everywhere. I see turrets literally everywhere. Comes in from the right side, gonna fly in over the right side. Well, too many turrets, they're forced to unload on top of the turrets. Tanks have free fire on the Reavers, gonna kill a couple of them turrets. He's gonna try to kill as many turrets as he can, tries to get something done, but I don't think Luckyback cares too much about the turrets. I mean, losing the turrets is painful, but it's not something that actively really worries him, because he's got the Goliath, he's got the income secured. His SCVs didn't die again. He's gonna get richer and richer, and his supply is gonna keep growing. He was at 115, now he's at 131. Another drop there. Once again, JH is just really dropping really consistently while building all over the map. Maybe doing a little bit too much building all over the map, but he is really setting himself up for future success and future strength. Templars are unloading, Templars are storming, Templars are hitting some of the SCVs. Some SCVs do go down, but 63 of them are still left alive. He's got 4 command centers to rely on to replenish his units. Now we do see JH sacrificing some of the probes to open up supply space. He's going for Reavers again. Small shuttle drop there flying over the left side. Gonna at least try to hit something. Not sure where he's gonna land. He's gonna land there on the side and start killing turrets and depots and armories as well. Also, 3-3 upgrades for Luckyback are very close to finishing. Yes, he's gonna unload there exactly on the spot I mentioned, because this is the safest spot. No tanks in range. Tanks have to unsiege and roll up closer. Well, he's gonna kill whatever he can, or as much as he can. Luckyback, oh sorry, Luckyback supply blocked. Lost a lot of his turrets, a lot of depots. Didn't lose a single armory though, but that is gonna hurt. He's supply blocked. And his base is kind of a mess, so... is he gonna find enough space to build enough depots? But he's got enough SCVs ready to build new depots. And he's got this nice block of depots there, but he's gonna need more of them. A lot more. So the downside of losing his depots is the fact that he's gonna be stuck on 131 supply for way too long, while JH is just gonna keep throwing out shuttle drops. Once again, a shuttle drop comes in from the left side. Turrets have been replaced with new turrets, but he's gonna go in all the way. Goliaths are trying to snipe this. Ooh, Goliaths went down to tank fire. Loses about 15 SCVs there to the storms, keeps 54 of them alive. He took a lot of damage to his own tanks. Zealots were dropped on top of the Goliaths, killed his own tanks. Dragoons coming in through the front door, at least trying to come in through the front door, but getting distracted by tanks behind the barracks that are basically tripping out the dumbass dragoons. Now he's target firing the barracks there though, so yes, those are busy and occupied with what they should be doing. Another shuttle drop. He's basically just going for a lot of shuttle drops non-stop while building all across the map, so that whenever he feels the need to switch over into something else, he can afford it and is prepared for it. Oh, a lot of Reavers there right on top of the command center. Is it going to go down? This is a lot of damage on the command center. All the SCVs have run away to safety. SCVs are trying to repair, but no, the command center goes down. Reavers did their job. Archon did their job, and the command center is dead and gone. And because Luckyback is already on very low minerals, this is going to be painful. This is going to be painful because it's going to take a while to replace his SCVs. He's also going to need more SCVs than before. Yeah, he's in pain. He is in pain. and he's moving out into the middle now, which might not be the smartest thing to do because he's got 124 supply, which is not that many. It's very far removed from 200, and there's just so much on the map he's gonna have to kill. Gonna have to kill the proxy bases first, gonna have to kill this base on the top side. This is exactly why JH built everywhere all over the map. Because it means he can attack from every single angle imaginable. And he can very quickly remax his army very quickly with so many gateways. Drop there comes from the front side. He's moving back into his own base because he's going to try to unload on top of the tanks. No! Yes, he's unloading on top of the tanks. Ooh, mind dragging into the tanks. Now he's going for the backside. They're going to try to unload on top of the SCVs. Ooh, tank shots are killing his own SCVs. Beautifully done. Now he's unloading the Templar. Templar can storm. A lot of Templar there on the scene. Templars are spawning everywhere. SCVs are running left and right. And they mostly stay alive. Ooh, that was close. That was close. Maybe not as close as I thought it would be, but ooh, he got some damage done, down to 490 SCVs, and he's out of minerals. Once again, trying to break through the front door with a very small amount of units. The last couple of upgrades are on the way. He's going, well, he hasn't been upgrading really. Luckyback is ahead in upgrades despite being under constant siege, despite constantly losing his units. Through the front door, he's going to try to go again. Got a wall there, turrets coming in as well, a lot of tanks are sieged up. But so many gateway units streaming from the proxy bases. Goes in, unloads behind enemy lines. Zealots are walking through the wall. It's not a wall, it's a door. It's wide open. He's getting through, storming everything to death. The entire frontal portion of Luckyback's base has been compromised because he's getting overrun slowly but surely. Storming on SCVs, storming on tanks, killing the tanks with Zealots. He is doing a great job, slowly advancing forward, and Luckyback's supply keeps dropping and dropping and dropping even further. He's gonna go below 100 supply very soon. He's got some Goliaths on the way. Oh, he didn't drop below 100. Drop comes in, drop doesn't get to unload its Templar, but there's so many Zealots streaming into the base. Dragoons there as well. Luckyback is in a bad situation. The tanks in the back are keeping him alive, the upgrades are keeping him alive as well, but I don't think he's going to stay alive for long. So many more units are on the way. JH really is just doing a very great macro strategy. Drops into mass attack. Drops into mass attack. The rinse and repeat really managed to keep Luckyback small. Consistency and frequency, quantity and quality all mixed together into a deadly cocktail that really got the better of Luckyback, who I really believe invested too much money into turrets too early on, and that really showed because it really made it difficult for him to defend against units that were dropped inside of his base. It really made it difficult. Now JH is waiting for his army to be maxed out again, goes in with a shuttle drop, and trailing with his mass dragoon army goes in for the backside there, getting the top of the SCVs. Are there Templars in there? Oh, it's mostly Zealots. He's just Zealot bombing on top of the tanks, clearing every single tank out in the back. And now we've got one tank left, and it's gonna go down, and it is dead and gone. And there's only some vultures left. New tanks are spawning, but the game is over. He already called the GG. He knows it's over. There's not a single chance in existence in the world he's gonna make it out alive. Leaves, calls GG, and JH is our victor of the day with, well, with a pretty strong Protoss. Honestly, I haven't seen him play Protoss like this in a very long time, but I kind of like it. I kind of like it. Very consistent drop pressure, although honestly, Luckyback did kind of play into the drop pressure by not getting enough units. He had a lot of turrets. Turrets are great against shuttles, but not great against shuttles when there's Corsairs to assist those shuttles into the base. And when those shuttles get to unload their units, the turrets are useless. So it's better to rely on units instead of a lot of turrets to defend yourself. So that's it for today. Thank you for watching. It's Rjbtv for Rjbtv with some classic old 2018 1v1 matches. Hope you enjoyed them and hope you will return whenever I upload the next video. Thanks for watching.